Hey everyone, it's Steve from Fortyfit Training, and today I'm going to show you two pieces of equipment that I use in my home workouts to try and help me out. Now, one thing I've noticed in my 40s is that my joints begin to ache a little bit more than they did a few years ago. Maybe yours do too. Specifically my wrists, because as you can see I've got little girls' wrists. Not that there's anything wrong with having little girls' wrists if you're a little girl, but not so cool if you're me, because they get sore very, very quickly. And I've got something that prevents a full range of motion in my left wrist. So what do I use? Well, I first started off using these AOF red wrist straps, and they go around the wrist like so, and they're quite brittle. They felt like they'd been starched, so they're very, very stiff, and they kept my wrist warm, and they provided an excellent bit of support there when I was doing pressing movements and that sort of thing. So I used these to death and wore out the Velcro, and I've gone on to use these, which are also made by AOF, but they're not as good because they are more pliable and softer and don't provide the same amount of support. You can wrap yourself up quite tightly in them, and they keep your wrist nice and warm and cozy, but they don't offer the same level of support as the other ones do. So it's not cheating to use these. They do provide some excellent support for your wrists, and if you use them in movements, you know, where you're trying to achieve the front squat rack position, it can be quite tricky if you've got mobility issues in your wrist, so they can provide a bit of support there. Okay, and as I said, my wrists, I've got a problem with the range of motion. What I find difficult is pressing my hands flat on the floor if it goes to this overextended position. I don't know if you can see that, like so. So what I've found useful are these two handles. One, two. And I think they were bought in Argos as a present. And they've got Men's Health on the cover, so they're probably very, very easy to find. They come like this. Both of these just slot together, so they're really easy to transport around, very, very light. But they will support your body weight, and you can use them to get a different grip on things. So I don't have to have my hands flat anymore. All of us are pretty much accustomed to door handles and pulling and pushing things using handles. So in this respect, I find them very, very useful. And as you'll see in a few minutes, in a couple of seconds even, I will show you the video part where I use them to do the handstand push-ups. Now I can do handstand push-ups on my hands, but after a while I do find a strain in my wrists. And these, although they provide a slightly greater range of motion because your head has a little bit further to travel to the floor, I find them a little bit easier. So there you have it, two things that can make your life a little bit simpler whilst training at home in your 40s. Hope you like them, and if you do, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the links below and check out more useful tips on my website.